Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, good morning. We are meeting again, second time. So let's begin our session now. Let me share presentation. Just a minute. I hope everyone is present here. So can you see my screen? Right? Just write on chat box. Can you see my screen? Can you see the presentation? Okay. So meanwhile, if I am going through this and if you have any doubt, you can write down chat box. Okay, or you can unmute and tell me if you feel like it's too important. So what is big data? And this why actually I'm going through this presentation. This presentation is very good. Last till 4 to 5 years I'm going through this presentation only. So that I mean you can understand what is big data. Okay. So why is there such a buzzword around big data? This is our main question. So it's a big hype. Big data is a big hype or what? What is this actually? So, but in this big data, how big is big actually? How big is big actually? And what is it that we are really talking about? So what really we are talking about actually? So one of the definition by Forrester. So big data is a frontier of a firm's ability. So let me. Yes. So it's a frontier of the firm's ability to store, process, and access all the data it needs to operate effectively, make decisions, reduce risk, and serve customers. Okay. So these words have deep meaning. Make decisions, reduce risk, and serve customers. This statement it has also deep meaning. Okay. So we need to find deep meaning also. Why reduce risk? What risk? What kind of risk? Not physical risk. Losing data, not finding the pattern, rightful pattern. So let me say, let me take 2 minutes time. Let me explain you what's the decision and how do you reduce the risk. So you have superstore. You have superstore, and in this inside superstore, you have last 1 month data. Last 1 month data. So according to 1 month data, if you find some pattern, if you find some pattern there, after buying the sauce, people are buying Maggie. People are buying Maggie. So there is a relevance. There is a relevance, and you are finding this pattern. This is called pattern. After buying the sauce, people are buying Maggie. I mean, lot of transactions are there where with sauce Maggie goes. A lot of transactions are like that. So this is called finding a pattern. And then next step, what we'll do, we'll make a decision. We'll make decision of what? That besides the sauce, we'll also put Maggie. Not separate counter of Maggie, but besides the sauce, we'll put Maggie. So that more and more people will find easy to pick a sauce after Maggie, or after Maggie, they may be able to pick a sauce. Okay, this is just an assumption. This is the decision, and we can reduce the risk. How we can reduce the risk? Because let's say we are buying like 1,000 bottles of sauce. Okay, and normally people are buying like people are getting purchasing 500 bottles of sauce per month, and we are buying 1,000 bottles. What is the difference? 500 bottles. Still we want to sell our 500 bottles more. So what we do, we reduce the risk. This is how we find a pattern, and we can sell more bottles of sauce. Okay, that means reduce the risk and serve the customer, and we can serve the customer better. Okay, so this is known as a what? Make decisions, reduce risk, and serve customer. How do you make this decision? By finding patterns. How you can make a pattern? How do you find pattern? By applying some technology on the data. Okay, I mean this definition given by Forrester. So I hope the definition which I told you, I explained you, you got it all right, right? It's not like you just say yes, yes. If you don't understand, again let me know. Fine. So this definition given by Forrester. I know definition is little bit boring, right? Gartner, you know, Gartner is Forrester. What are these? Actually, these are more popular publishers. So Gartner, they gave definition. Big data in general is defined as a high volume. Remember, high volume, velocity and variety information, assess the demand, cost-effective innovation forms of information processing for enhanced insight and decision making. For enhanced insight and decision making. So this definition given by Gartner. So we'll snore by listening to this definition. Snore means what? In Gujarati it's a naskora. Okay, fine. So one more definition by O'Reilly. Big data is a data that exceeds the processing capacity of conventional database system. Now this is very, very important. That exceeds the processing capacity of conventional database system. What is conventional database system? What is conventional database system? Can anyone write down in chat box? What are the conventional, not what is, what are the conventional database systems? Can anyone write it down in chat box? Anyone? No, simple. Nidhi, I am just asking conventional database system means what? No. Yes, very good, Niro. A relational database, not relational? No. Only relational database is known as a conventional database system which we are using. For example, MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle. These are conventional database systems, relational database system which we are using. Okay, this is what it wants to say. That this big data, when we can use big data, when it exceeds the capacity of conventional database system. So data which cannot fit in a conventional database system can be considered as a big data. Okay, now this definition is very important. The data is too big. The next line, moves too fast or doesn't fit the structure of your database architecture. The database architecture means our SQL database architecture means it follows the ACID property. Okay, and to gain value from this data, you must choose an alternative way to process it. To gain value from this data, you must choose an alternate way to process it. Okay, so one other way to process it. What other way? That is called big data technology. Okay, this is definition given by O'Reilly. So there are too many words. There are too many words to understand. Too many words to grasp. Now IBM says another definition: big data is a data characterized by three attributes: volume, variety, and velocity. Volume, variety, and velocity. Definition by IBM. Again, we can consider as a random words. Oracle says, again, I want to give definition. So Oracle gives definition. Big data is a data characterized by four key attributes. Now in IBM, there were three: volume, variety, velocity. In Oracle, it's a volume, variety, velocity, and value. Volume, variety, velocity, and value. This is again one more definition of big data. Again, too many words. So there are so many words. What is big data actually? I'm confused. Everyone is confused. So let's see big data in different way. so that we can understand what is big data. Let's see big data in a very different way so that we can understand what is big data. What was your first computer? I mean, you are new to this world actually, I must say. But in 1980 or 1990, the first computer was like this. And what was its limit? Big data limit. What we can say, very big data is there in our computer. So this definition will be helpful. Small data is when it fit in a RAM. Big data is when this crash because it's not fit in a RAM. Once again, what is the limit of what we can, when we can say it's a big data? So small data is when it fit in a RAM. Big data is when it's crash because it's not fit in a RAM. So when RAM gets full, it's known as a big data. Let's try again. So if we take analogy of rice, okay, if we take analogy of rice, then if we consider byte, what is byte? 8 bit or 8 bit is equal to 1 byte. 8 bit is equal to 1 byte. Okay. So byte is equal to, if we take 1 byte is equal to 1 grain of rice. This 1 grain of rice. If we take kilobytes, it's a cup of rice. This is cup of rice. Megabyte is what? 8 bags of rice. This 8 bags of rice known as a megabyte. Gigabyte is what? There are 3 semi trucks. If you fill all these semi trucks with the rice, known as a gigabyte. You see that we are taking a rice analogy to understand the size. Terabyte, 2 container ships. You see these container ships. Terabyte means what? There are 1000 gigabytes is equal to terabytes. You see the enormous amount of data. Petabyte, it blankets Manhattan. Manhattan is what? It's an area of New York. And then exabyte comes, blankets West Coast states. The presenter might be from US, so they have given the analogy of West Coast. Zettabyte, it fills the Pacific Ocean. There is so much of data we can fill with the Pacific Ocean. And yottabyte, it's an earth size rice bowl. This earth fills with all the rice bowl. Okay, so that comes in a yottabyte. Now let's compare here. So our first computer, don't consider first computer, but our computer, hobbyist will work with byte, kilobyte. The desktop, it works with the gigabyte. Till gigabyte we can work with the desktop, whatever data is there. Internet works with terabyte and petabyte, this much of amount of data. When big data comes, when we have exabyte and zettabyte of data, at that time we have big data technology. We have big data. And here, these many companies, Facebook, Yahoo, Amazon, eBay, Google, this company works with this exabyte and zettabyte of data. Exabyte and zettabyte of data. Okay, there's so much data is out there. And yottabyte is the future. There's so much data we are generating. We may have to face lot of data. And how do we analyze? So big data comes to our rescue. Big data can help us. So this news is very old. It's a 2012 news. Utah Governor Abbott on June 11, 2012 told annual meeting of National Governor Association NSS. This many square foot data center being built outside Salt Lake City will be first facility to house yottabyte of data. First facility to house yottabyte of data. So as I told you, what is yottabyte? It's an earth-sized rice bowl. This many of data. Okay, we have taken this analogy. So big data is what? It's not about the size of the data. It's about the value within data. Okay, it's not a random size. Let we put a size like around a yottabyte, exabyte, or a gigabyte of data we have. It's about value within data. What value we are looking at? What is the value of the data inside the big data? Okay. So what is value? Very, I mean, economical, or very say we must say treasure of value. Okay, treasure of values we are looking at. So we can say market intelligence, business intelligence, secret intelligence, all we can solve using big data. Okay, it's not a magic wand, or it's not like only solution, big data. Okay, but the thing is, when data becomes very large, at that time we must use big data technology. So our society is leaving behind the digital footprint. Everyone knows. So you are putting lot of picture of yours in a Facebook, lot of things in so many digital websites, Instagram and Snapchat, WhatsApp, WhatsApp also. What I mean to say, sometimes if you see, sometimes if you browse in Google Chrome, let's say you are in Google search, you are putting short, you are in search box, you are putting short, and after that suddenly you go to Flipkart or Amazon, they might show you the ads of your shirt, or some another website where it may promote the shirt or advertise of that shirt or some different shirts. How come this happens? You see, Google is also collecting all the information. Google is also collecting all the informations. Okay. Google is also collecting all these informations. So it's not like it's anonymous, but it's collecting all the informations, and you may never know. So I hope everyone is getting, I hope the analogy you understood what is big data. When it doesn't fit in our RAM, okay, as well as the big data when it works, when we have petabyte and zotabyte of data, at that time big data works. Okay, at that time big data comes. Otherwise, our laptop computers are capable of running the this intelligence kind of thing. So just write down chat box whether you understood or not. The analogy till now, you understood or not the big data? Is there anyone, I mean, who has some doubt, anything? So we have just started with our first chapter. I'm just telling you what is big data, how you can use. So when there is a limit of relational database, from that our big data technology starts processing our data. Okay. So fine. Now let's proceed. So yeah, we leave a lot of footprints of digital in our society. That's the thing. So that a lot of data gets generated, and what we can do is we can gain lot of things. And I gave you the example, like if I search on shirt in Google search engine, and then if I visit some other websites, and that website has integrated Google Ads, then we can come to know that, I mean, we can see the different shirt advertisement we can see in the Google Ads. Okay. So yeah, that is called this data mining, and there are a lot of data available with Google. They can also mine, and they can also give us lot many things. So here people are living online, and we all are expressing our attitudes, likes and dislikes, our opinions and perspective. Okay, what do you think Facebook is earning from? Facebook is a data mining company. Okay, there are advertisement also, it's a part, but it also sells our data. It also sells our data. Okay, and based on that, lot many advertising company they're targeting us. Okay, and we are generating huge amount of data. We are generating huge amount of data. Okay, and there those data are with lot of informations. Those data with lot of information. Those data are not like only data. I mean, we may not see the pattern, but with lot of informations. Okay, and as well as lot of noise. So you might be asking, sir, what is noise in that? Noise means, so you see some examples like some data are not at all useful. Some data are not at all useful. Okay, and some data, I mean, you see in structured data, there's some data that are not filled with some values like missing fields, null values, some garbage values. Okay, so those will be considered as a noise. Okay, if we remove those, and we have lot of informations. Okay, and the ability to hear the signal from the noise is the key. Ability to hear the signal from the noise is the key. So here comes our Hadoop. Here comes the tool, or here comes our technology. Different technologies comes. Okay, to find the pattern. So let me show you here. Uh, So you might be asking, sir, what is to hear from the noise? How do we do that? So let's say this is your data. Let's say uh, this is your data, and in the data, what you need to do? Let's say we are applying some Hadoop tool. Hadoop is a software. We can say Hadoop is a software. Hadoop is a software. Okay, so Hadoop is a software, and here inside Hadoop we can write our logic using Java, Python, anything you say, Java or Python. Okay, so while writing some code in Python, we can incorporate some machine learning technique, some other algorithms, different algorithms which can be useful mining the pattern, or we can useful to collect a lot of good informations. So here comes our skill. Here comes our skill where we are able to. Okay, I think it's not been shared, right? Sorry. Let me share that thing. Yeah, so here I was telling you, now it's shared. This is our data, and we have put Hadoop here, and Hadoop is a tool. Using that, we can mine data, and there are two ways we can write down. We can write program in Hadoop. The one is a Java, and second one is using Python. Okay, so we can incorporate. Python with a machine learning algorithm, all this thing we can incorporate with Hadoop. Okay. So this is how we can put some intelligence in our program, which can mine some useful data, Okay. Yeah, this is how we find some interesting pattern. So, as I was telling, that ability to hear the signal from the noise is the key, and that is the key that we find some useful pattern. Okay, and to unlocking the human conversation that is taking place around us. Okay, the human conversation that is taking place around us. So, actually, what market value is associated. A lot of things are associated with this. And listening to this conversation can lead us to, if we listen to this conversation, I mean, any conversation or any data, there's a satellite data, there are lots of data. Okay. It can give us unexpected discoveries. It can give us unexpected discoveries. So you might have heard that the scientists found some exoplanet in at this many light years distance. Okay, you might have heard this news. What do you mean by this? How they are finding? So they are not continuously on the telescope. Okay, you cannot see the exoplanet on using telescope. There are indirect way to find exoplanet. How? So the observation satellites, they'll be above on the sky, they'll be capturing data, they'll be capturing data like what is infrared rays, what is the light sensitivity, all these things they'll be capturing using satellites, they'll be capturing using satellites. Okay. And then those satellites, they will be giving you those data, they will be giving you those data where to our server, those data comes to our server and we will store those data in our server. It's not like instantly we'll get. Now we need to apply some algorithms, we need to apply some technique to find useful pattern. Okay, what was the light sensitivity, how what was the infrared sensitivity. So based on that we can find exoplanet. Okay, based on that we can find exoplanet. So we can have unexpected discovery as well as some another unexpected discovery like satellite data. Satellite, they will keep what do you say? They will keep collecting data from this from on the earth, and what they do, they will just give us those data. Okay, and they and then we can find some discovery that some minerals are here or something is here. Okay, later on we, I mean, humans won't be there continuously. So that is called unexpected discoveries. Fine. So this is about unexpected discoveries. So let's see the case studies who have used this and how it was useful. Okay, as I told you, what do you mean by case studies? A case study means already someone has done the work. We are studying it later on. Already someone has carried out the work and we are just studying it. Okay. Netflix. You know, everyone knows about Netflix and the series, Netflix series House of Cards. So you might be asking, sir, how this is important. So just read. House of Cards is one of the first major test case of this big data driven creative strategy. For almost a year, Netflix executive told us that their retail knowledge of Netflix subscriber viewing preference clinched their decision to license a remake of the popular and critically well-regarded 1990 BBC miniseries. So you can read right now, okay? So, but you see, they had a lot of data previously, subscribers, lot of data, and based on their opinion, everyone liked this House of Cards miniseries in 1990. BBC, it was there in BBC, and based on that, Netflix gave money to develop this series, and they developed this series with this Spacey and Fincher. Okay, and they get 100 million for 213 episodes. Okay, and yeah, it was a very successful episode, very successful series, House of Cards. This is a very famous test case of big data driven. Okay, so there are a lot of subscribers, and they have applied some big data technology to find a pattern. Find a pattern. I think everyone uh, read this story, so that's why I'm keeping here. Everyone is reading this paragraph. That's why I'm keeping for 1 or 2 minutes. This is one of the famous case study. Did it work? You see, these are the we can say the fans' opinion. Anyway, you can read it. I will keep it open for 1 minute more, so that you can read it all the opinions. I hope everyone has read this opinion of this case study. Okay, so let's proceed further. After this, how do you mine all this data? How do you mine this data? So most of the people don't know what to do with all this data they have already have. We don't know how to do this. I mean, okay. I mean, a lot of technologies are there, but still we don't know. So what we do, we get big by starting small. We start with small data, we start with small technology, and then we'll go to get big. Okay, so sorry, I think it got hung. Yeah. So we focus on business impact. We focus on business impact. So as I told you in this previous this House of Cards, I think my presentation got stopped, right? Just hold on. Connected internet. Okay, just hold on. Give me 1 minute. The presentation stopped already. I mean, suddenly. Yes, let me share it again. Yes, so where we were talking about business impact. So as we told that this Netflix, they see these business impact. I mean, this with House of Cards, lot of people subscribe to Netflix and they earn lot of money. Okay, so our main focus on this using big data is a business impact. Okay, it's a business impact. So what we do, we try something. Okay, if it did work, yes, we can again start trying. If it's working and it's famous, then what we do, we stop. If it's not working, we again try something. This is the way, this is the flow of our big data. So big data isn't big if you know how to use it. It's not that much big if you know how to use it. Okay. So we'll see the practical examples. Not that much big data. We'll see with we'll deal with very small data. Our main purpose is to learn this technology, how it works. Okay. So also known as a smart data. Also known as a smart data. Okay. So that's it about big data. So I hope you understood about terminology and analogy of big data which I have given to you. Clear everyone? Understood? Just say yes or no. Only 2-3 people are saying yes. I want everyone to answer me properly so that I can come to know that you got all these things, whatever I learned, whatever I taught you here, right? It's not a wastage. What about others? As I told you, so now I hope you people got some little bit confidence. Now you might have understood what is big data, how it works. What do you call the big data? When a size increases from gigabyte, at that time you will be using big data technologies, right? Fine. So any question from your side? Any doubt? Anything from your side? So we have just barely started this over with our first chapter only. I'm just explaining what is big data. Yes, any doubt from your side? Okay, fine. So we'll keep our lecture session till here. No worries. I mean, a lot of other presentations are there. I mean, with me, but it will be overloaded within 2 hours. If I teach a lot many things, you may not able to grasp it. So we'll go slow little bit. Tomorrow again, we'll start with this. Not this presentation, another presentation of big data, where it some topics it will repeat again. Okay. Fine. And meanwhile, for practical purpose, for a lab session, we are going to start from next week. So for practical purpose, if we are not going to physical, then I request all of you to install Ubuntu system in your computer, in your laptop. Okay. In lab part, I'll be strictly following you. I will take a strict follow up of yours because without practical you won't understand this subject. It's very difficult to understand this subject, right? Fine. So, okay, no doubt, right? Nothing to say. Fine, everyone, write down number in chat box. We'll end our session now. Sorry, write down number with your class name. Don't forget to write down your class name. Otherwise, it will be difficult for me to mark your absent present because this is combined session of all you people of 3 classes. Once again, write your number with your class name. Don't forget. If you are writing without the class name, it will be difficult for me to mark absent present for you people. Most of the time, I will be marking absent if you are not writing a class name. I hope everyone has written the number. Okay, so let me stop recording.